the one drinking beer. I'm drinking water.
2 touchdowns a game?
Yes, in the game.
You're tripping.
Hell yeah. High
Super Bowl time.
I don't know what we're doing in the front office, man. Twiddling our fucking dick.
Ryan, I just need you to drink this.
Wide receiver trivia. That's what she said.
Hurt.
Fuck.
Hurt. Upset.
Are those crutches?
You can see Ryan's crutches.
What is going on, folks? Welcome back to your favorite podcast on the internet. This is After Further Review. Another recap here. We got a Monday night game recap. I am your co-host, Jalen Brown.
I am your other co-host, a very happy Mariners fan, Malin Dennis.
I am your other co-host, a very happy Longhorns fan, Junebug Spade.
The provocateur of the AFR, the pronoun known as G-Money, rolling in from the 253, happy as can be, and it ain't even 420.
You just made that up on the spot. You didn't even rehearse that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was off the dome.
Shiny dome, dude.
Folks, we are coming to you at the end of week 6. That's a wrap. And we are just going to talk about this game that we just witnessed. Another game we did not cover on, but that's neither here nor there. That's not why we're here. The Bears seal the victory, 25-24 was the final score on the leg of Jake Moody, who I think we can all agree he was kicking for his career right there. So, Bears able to get it done down this stretch. This was a solid game, but yeah, Caleb Williams, he finished here with 252 yards, 17 of 29, 1 touchdown, 1 rushing touchdown too. He played a solid game. And June, I'm gonna start with you first here. What did you think of Caleb Williams' play here?
Well, you can tell that he had a week off and that he was really working with Ben Johnson. He did have some mistakes. He overthrew a couple of people. I don't know if you guys saw it when he was sitting on the sideline when he was yelling at the coaches and they was going back and forth. But I think he learned from those mistakes that he made, and once he really got zoned in, especially that last drive, the kid played very well. And I think it was a little bit of revenge factor from last year because he felt like they had that game won besides the Hail Mary. So I think it was a little bit of revenge factor. But all in all, I think Ben Johnson put together a great game plan for Caleb Williams to be successful. He had a lot of crossing routes. He had some down the field stuff, but all in all, hats off to this coaching staff preparing this young man to come on the road, hostile environment, and pull out a win.
I like it, Malin.
Man, fuck Mother Nature. This is some bullshit. We were so close to covering on this game. If Daniels just holds the ball,
Yeah.
but instead it was like he was trying to play hot potato and just toss it into the shoulder pad of the running back. And I was like, well, that's not good. We're not going to cover now. That's some bullshit. No, I mean, I told G-Money, I was like, listen, if we're not going to cover, you might as well let the Bears win, because I think it'd be a good narrative for us to talk about, like, sports-wise. Oh, Williams and yay. But, I mean, hey, listen to me, the real MVP, Moody, made 3 out of 4 field goals. He was the pariah of the San Francisco 49ers. Is their kicker. They hated him. I think he only on like 70-some% of his kicks last year. He missed a kick with Seattle 2 kicks, I think. I think he missed one and one was blocked. And then
Yes.
they cut his ass like the moment he got off the plane. And here he
Mhm.
comes into the Bears and in the rain kicks a game winner. All right, Moody, welcome back to the NFL. That's cool. But I don't know. The fact that Moody got carried, like they picked him up on their shoulder, that's wild to me. But that's where the Bears franchise is, and that's where Moody is. He's trying to
Yeah.
resurrect his career, and the Bears are trying to remain a legitimate franchise. And so they're 3-2. So God bless them.
G Money, I'm gonna go to you next on this one. The Bears did make a lot of mistakes in this game, especially in the second half. I mean, there was a plethora of stuff. The way they ended the third quarter, with Caleb Williams bobbling the snap, and then they got sacked, and then that led to a blocked kick, and it seemed like they were about to unravel here. What do you think was the reason they were able to recover from all of the boneheadedness down the stretch?
DeAndre Swift. Give
Yeah.
the ball to DeAndre Swift and let the man run. And you take the pressure off of Caleb Williams. And then you have the defense having to play DeAndre Swift. And then Caleb can hit the intermediate routes, the short routes. So you take the pressure off of your quarterback. And it didn't help the Redskins any. The Commanders any. That they turned the ball over 3 times in that game, and the Bears didn't. And normally, if you don't turn the ball over and you get 3 turnovers, you should win the game. And yeah, that fourth quarter, when they started feeding DeAndre Swift and they started doing some of the short passes, I mean, If the Bears hadn't shot themselves in the foot several times, especially when wide receiver was it Moore that lined up offsides,
Yep.
when Caleb hit his tight end and he ran for 11, 12 yards for the first down, and they put him back to like the 3-yard line. I mean,
Oh.
it's
Or the Dunze touchdown.
No. The Dunze touchdown was another where and when I looked at it, I'm like, I don't think that guard is that tackle is offside, lined up offside, because where he's supposed to be, as far as his position to that of the guard and the center, was where he could be. And so that pass to Odunze, that catch Odunze made, that was a really good catch. I was pissed off for Odunze that he made the catch, and then they called it back because according to them, the tackle was lined up offside. But no, the fourth quarter belonged to Swift. And of course, that last drive was pretty much all Swift. I mean, Caleb got sacked once. He threw a short pass for his tight end for 6 yards. He scrambled and lost 2 yards anyway. If it hadn't been for DeAndre Swift running the way he did, they wouldn't have won the game. But we wouldn't have covered, but they wouldn't have won. So
He did have, 14 carries for 108 yards. I mean, that's like almost an 8-yard average. Like that's it should have given him even more. Jim, before you go any further, is anyone else watching SportsCenter right now?
No.
Anybody else on SportsCenter?
of course I am.
What the fuck is going on with Ryan Clark's outfit? Does he have a sponsorship with Red Robin or something?
I don't know.
Oh, God.
That was because he was on. I saw that earlier, and I was like,
look at what he's wearing. I always know he has his own little pin on there.
Yeah.
But he's got a crazy ass, like this is like 80s wedding singer vibe with Adam Sandler.
You were thinking that, but I was thinking more like 30s style elevator operator.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe someone, what's the name of the person that sits in the bathroom and just hands you
attendant.
You?
The
No,
attendant.
the guy that like, hey, do you need a
Yeah,
towel? Do
yeah.
you need some
Hey,
perfume?
just
What
they
are
just
they?
like an attendant. They call him an attendant.
Yeah, he looks like one of them. What the fuck is going on, man? God damn, just look it
Okay.
up. It's crazy. Okay, I'm sorry. Continue.
All right. On the other side of the field, the Commanders here. Jaden Daniels. I'll pull up his stats on the screen here. He 19 for 26, 211 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. He was dealing, it felt like, but this just mistakes and really down the stretch, just not being able to get things going really. June, what did you think of Jaden Daniels' game here?
Well, Jaden Daniels, he played a pretty good game. He started slow, he got hot, but then he cooled off again. I think, that's effects of being out for 2 games too. And and also, I think it has a lot to do with the Bears defense because we've been hearing that the Bears defense couldn't stop the run. To me, they did a pretty good job against the run tonight. And Jaden Daniels, he had some good runs. Now I thought that he got outside the pocket and he worked very well. But let me tell you something: when that Bears defense, excuse the pun, bear down, okay, and really collapsed the pocket on top of him, he could not escape. And then he was getting caught in that backfield. And I'm gonna tell you now, if you go back and you look at the last fumble that he had, if you look up, Jaden Daniels took his eye off the ball. He did the one thing you're not supposed to do. He peeked his head up to see where the defense was at the wrong time, and the ball was already coming. And when he did that, he bobbled the ball, and it's already wet because it's raining. I'm up here in DC. It's raining up here in DC or then down the Maryland side. So, it's raining over there, in Maryland, at FedEx Field. And let me tell you something. When it happens like that and you're looking around, it's something bad is gonna happen. But he's been out for a couple of games and he just looked rusty. It was that interception that he threw, that was some bad pass. That was just a bad. I mean, he just threw, and you could chalk that up to maybe it's the weather and also being rusty at the same time. But he just made some mistakes throughout the game. He missed a couple of players. He threw short a couple of times, and it looked like he was trying to catch back up to the game because he'd been out. But hey, hats off. The Bears defense was on him. So.
Yeah, that the interception he threw, I mean, that was up in the first quarter there. And I mean, Brisker did make just a hell of a play on the ball. Like he read that one perfectly. So props to him on that. But like you said, it seemed like Jaden Daniels was kind of getting the rust off there in the beginning of the game. Malin, what did you think of how he played?
Well, I think he played good passing the ball, running the offense. I just think he got sloppy at times, and maybe that was the weather. I don't like that they're giving Krosky Merritt a fumble. That Daniels just kind of threw with his chest there. But even without that, he had already fumbled the ball twice and lost one of them. So you could really credit him with like 3 fumbles and losing 2. I just I mean he is who we thought he is. Like he commands that offense well. He was throwing the ball well. They don't have that much of a running game, so you're gonna need touchdowns coming out of him. So the 3 touchdowns was good. The 1 interception, was it a great pass? No, but like you said, it was in the first quarter, so you got time to make up for it. I just think that his mishandling of the football is really what kind of cost them the game. I mean, even him running as much as he is, because he came back after having like a knee injury, right? Like he had a brace on his knee, and he's run 10 times for 52 yards. I don't like that for him. But I think he had a decent game. that last drive, that one play, like, it's crazy how in the NFL, just like Major League Baseball, and plays like that, you could have whatever game you want to have. The last time you touch the ball and it's a turnover and the other team wins, I don't think that means you can have a good game. And he like June said, if you say he looked up and he just never really had it, the ball was wet, he tries to throw it into the running back's hands, they turn the ball over. Should you let Moody beat you? Moody beat you tonight? You're come on. So it was okay. I'd give it about a C, C minus.
Gotcha. G Money, I'm gonna go to you here. The Commanders, it seemed like they had so much momentum down the stretch, at least coming into the beginning of the fourth quarter, and they just couldn't quite get the pieces together. And obviously that fumble was a big reason there. But what do you think was the biggest reason the Commanders lost this game?
Turnovers. You turn the ball over 3 times, and you land up losing by 1 point. Any one of those, because all 3 turnovers turned into points for the Bears. 2 field goals and 3 field goals basically. So any one of those, you don't turn the ball over, and 2 of them, you were going down and scoring. I mean, the interception, if I'm not mistaken, they were down on like the 20-yard line or closer. And I didn't actually see that part of it because I was watching the Mariners win. So, but I know they were over on the other side of the field. They weren't in the red zone. They were pretty damn close. So you're going in to score, and you throw an interception. So there's points that you could have had that you didn't, and they went down and kicked a field goal. Boom. And in the end, you fumble the ball when you're marching down the field to take time off the clock, kick a field goal to win, to basically put it out of reach or score a touchdown.
And we would have covered. And they march down the field, and they kick the field goal, and they win. You can't turn the ball over 3 times and expect to win. You just can't. Because in this NFL, we seem to be closer to parity than we ever have been. You don't see those dominant teams anymore that you can turn the ball over 3 times and still win the game.
Yeah. Looking ahead at the Commanders' schedule, they go to Dallas on next Sunday here. So
that's a win.
They've got Dallas next, Kansas City after that, Seattle, and then Detroit. That's their next 4 games.
Ooh. That's I mean, even though
they'll go 1-3. Sorry, Jim. They'll go 1.
I can't stop nobody.
I don't know. I mean,
oh, come on.
G-Money's trying to be optimistic.
You really don't know. You say, well, they go 1-3, but I mean, they could beat us. We don't know. I mean, we laid that egg at home.
They're not gonna beat us. You're always Mr. Confident now, laid back, G Money, not stressed out, and I'm over here stressing every game. You're like, it's fine, we're gonna win, and now like, stop it. Can't play both sides of the ball, sir.
Yes, I can. I can play offense and defense.
Chicago has New Orleans, Baltimore, Cincinnati, the Giants, and then they have Minnesota.
Okay. So one team's gonna go 1-3, and the other one's gonna go 3-1. That's
it's possible 4-0. The Bears could go 4-0.
I'm just thinking 3-1 and 1-3, just off of hearing it.
Yeah,
it makes sense on paper, but here's the problem, guys. It makes sense on paper that one would go 3-1 and the other one would go. But the NFL is reinventing itself every single week. We have no idea who's doing what.
Yeah.
Like the only two things we know for certain at this point is that Daniel Jones has turned into Indiana Jones and the Colts are winning games, and Baker Mayfield is like, I don't know, making, sushi out of shit he's pulling out of trash cans. Like I don't know how they keep winning games. But other than that, man, I said it before we even got on the air. We might like the best record in the league this year might only have like 12 wins.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
this year is just wild.
You know what's so crazy?
It
wanna know
would make
something?
sense. It would make sense that one is 1-3, the other's 3-1. But in reality, it'll probably flip flop, or they'll both be 2-2.
Right, 2-2.
Yeah. And no, here's the crazy part. Here's the crazier part. We said at the beginning of the year before the season started who was going to be this year's Minnesota. And I think somebody in the group said Indianapolis. I forgot who it was.
I don't think anybody said that.
No, I think somebody said Indianapolis. Or somebody in the chat. No. It was somebody in the chat saying somebody in the chat said, why not Indianapolis? And then we gave reasons on why we didn't think it could be Indianapolis.
For the lottery.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But it seems like Indianapolis is this year's Minnesota. Now it didn't end well for Minnesota last year, but they still had a lot. We picked them to go 3 wins, and they end up with 14. So
didn't Indianapolis win like 12 games with Carson Wentz a couple years ago? Then flame out in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of what
They
they
missed
do.
the
They
playoffs.
get. Yeah, they missed the playoffs because they lost to the Jags or
Yeah,
whatever. Like
yeah, they had a good record, and then they started losing at the end.
This is what
They
they
lost
do.
like 4 straight. Yeah.
But hey, Indiana Jones, man, I don't know. It's hard to say that he's not legit when you've seen what Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold have done, and now you got him. It's like we don't normally see this in the NFL, where people go to their second team or third team and they start balling out. But maybe it happens. I don't know. In Indianapolis, that'd be kind of crazy.
It is.
But I got a bigger question. And we can say this till Wednesday. And this is just a thought to ponder for Wednesday.
Okay,
What happens when Purdy comes back?
I think his job will still be there.
I think
Purdy comes back, and Mac Jones will probably fall apart at that point. He's going to get beat up again, and they'll sit him. I mean, now if he was
getting his ass kicked,
yeah, he is. I mean,
he's playing on half body. I think he has one arm and one leg. He's out there throwing balls. Like I don't fault Mac Jones for losing to the Bucks with what is going on.
Oh no, yeah.
And I actually do. And Jalen, I know that he was your quarterback, but I'm actually thinking that Mac Jones, and we can talk about this on Wednesday, but I think Mac Jones is a better quarterback than Brock Purdy. I'm saying it.
Yeah.
I'm saying it. We can talk about it on Wednesday. He's a better quarterback. Brock
There's
Purdy.
a lot of
Wednesday.
There's a lot of quarterbacks that's better than Brock.
I've been looking at stuff with the Niners. He's a better quarterback. But you were about to say something, Jalen, before we get out of here.
Since we were bringing up other games and other quarterbacks, the mess that the New York Jets rolled out there in
Jesus
London,
Christ.
I think that was an absolute disaster. That team, I mean, we've seen bad Jets teams obviously throughout the years, but this one seems atrocious, like historically bad. And it's only week 6. So I'm thinking, is Aaron Glenn going to be gone by before the end of the year? Or are they like, you think both him and Justin Fields, like Fields gets benched and
I think
they also
but their backup quarterback is Tyrod Taylor. So I mean, is that any better?
And Justin Fields, yes.
Is he?
I think that Tyrod Taylor has been a better quarterback in the NFL than Justin Fields has been a quarterback, and he's been around for a very long time. Because I think he was the quarterback out of Virginia Tech after Michael Vick, which makes him really fucking old. But I think he's a better quarterback than Justin Fields right now because I think he's been one of the. I mean, shit, he would have been the starter in with the Chargers had the doctor not poked his fucking lung. And Justin Herbert.
Deflated his lung.
Like Tyrod Taylor is like the next Fitzpatrick, where he's gonna like he can do some things, but he never really gets the opportunity to be the main guy because they always have somebody else in thought. But he's not a bad quarterback. But yeah, I think that any head coach in the NFL that's wearing capris, I think your job's in jeopardy. Aaron Glenn and Mike McDaniels. I think that if you're wearing capris, if you're trying to show off your skinny calves, I got skinny calves. You know what I do? I put jeans on. And so if you got skinny calves and you got a bad football team, I think you need to cover the skinny calves up. So yeah, I think Aaron. I think he's gone. I think Glenn is gone. I think
You think
McDaniels.
so? That's at the one season? You think?
After one
You
season,
think?
yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't think so.
I
No
don't
head
think
coaching
he makes it to the
experience
end of the
before.
year.
It's the
Really?
Jets.
Yeah.
And the Jets ownership are notoriously cheap when it comes to they're going to fire a coach and have to pay him for like 2 or 3 more years. They would rather their fans live in hell than
Oh, no.
pay their head coach 3 years to do absolutely nothing.
I think Aaron Glenn was a scapegoat for a bad team that they knew they were going to have, and they gave him a job, just like the Raiders did with Antonio Pierce.
Yeah.
Like we've seen it in the league before. I think he's done after this year. They might win 3, maybe 3 games,
Yeah.
maybe and that's only if they give Hall the ball, 20 times a game. But I don't think they're going to do that.
The trade deadline is this week or next week?
Good question.
It's next week, right? I mean, if I'm not mistaken, it's well, hold it. I thought it was like the week of Halloween, but
Yeah, so it's like the end of the month. It's always the end of the month.
So
Yeah.
should they trade Brees Hall?
Oh yeah, it's the end of the month, November 4th.
I mean, they
Okay,
probably
so-
I mean,
won't.
yeah, so
It's the Jets. They should, but they
Right,
won't.
they should, but that's.
I mean, if
I
they-
understand.
Okay. First of all, June, you're only asking that because you want him as your running back. Calm down. If they were going to trade anybody for any type of cloud, it should be Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
they
That's what I
really-
was going next with. That's what I was going next. Would it be Garrett Wilson instead of Brees Hall?
Just because you want Hall in a Cowboys jersey. Come on, June.
Garrett Wilson, he would throw his own parade to get up out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be AJ Brown for Garrett Wilson at this point. Because the Eagles are a dysfunctional family. I have never seen a team that is complete dysfunction. That is complete
You're a
dysfunction.
Cowboys fan. You've never seen a team that's in complete dysfunction.
Well, we're always we're always in dysfunction. We've been even when we won Super Bowls, we fired one of the greatest head coaches of all time after he won a Super Bowl. What does that tell you? Okay, this team has always been so. Okay,
Functionally dysfunctional.
exactly. They're like the Cowboys are like alcoholics. They're functioning. The Cowboys are functioning alcoholics. Okay. That's what the Cowboys are. You can't compare that. I'm talking about, just yeah.
All right, that will do it for our little recap
All
here. We're
right.
coming up on the half-hour mark. So, full show coming Wednesday night. So if you guys want to tune in Wednesday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time,
That's a W. Soon.
we'll be back then.
And maybe you don't know what those are.
All right. Peace out, everybody. We'll see you in a couple days.